Hello students, welcome to online learning. This video has been made for students of Mumbai University pursuing BCom through distance education. I am Dr. Anuradha Ganesh and I would like to share my thoughts on marketing management for you. This video has been made to cover second module of your syllabus. Second module is about understanding competition and understanding what is strategic marketing. There are 7 parts in this module. The objective of this module is to help students understand the concept of marketing management, understand the process required to be followed to plan marketing process and to make a strategy to come up with effective marketing plan, to understand and comprehend the business environmental and do a proper business environment analysis by doing SWOT analysis. The module also aims to make students learn Michael Porter's 5 force model for analyzing competition. Let us first try to understand what is strategic marketing. Marketing, as we all know, aims at delivering products to the consumers and enhancing customer satisfaction. And in the process, there are a number of activities to be carried out, like developing a product which will satisfy the customer, ensuring that the product is preserved and packed very well so that it reaches the consumer in the same shape as it is intended to be, delivering to the customer at the right time, and eventually giving the customer the essential or necessary after sale service. Now, all of these activities have to happen at the right time. Activities are related to marketing need to be performed after understanding the changing environment in which the market operates. Business environment is very dynamic, whether domestic or international. It is very dynamic, and hence it is necessary for marketing managers to understand the changing business environment and apply their strategies, apply their techniques in a way that their marketing efforts will be instrumental and fruitful so as to enhance customer satisfaction. So here, there are many definitions given by various thinkers, various management gurus. It focuses on what methodology and what process is followed by marketing managers to understand the customer and to enhance the customer satisfaction. Customer satisfaction is necessary to ensure that customers will remain loyal to the organization. This is aligned with the organizational goal of increased profits and market expansion. So marketing strategy as a concept is an approach which adopts a overall holistic approach where customers, the products, the process of reaching the product to the consumer, everything is involved. So it is a process where multiple entities are involved, all the functions of businesses are involved. So production, sales, promotion, finance, storekeeping, all the functions are integrated when a strategy is made on how to effectively bring the product to the customer. So the strategy as such is a multidimensional concept. It involves a combination of several activities. It's an art as well as a science. It's an art because it is very innovative. It's a science because it is a very systematic study on the steps to be followed one after the other so as to achieve the marketing objectives. It is complex as there are many actions to be involved, there are many entities involved, perfect coordination and controlling is necessary to ensure that all the activities happen in coherence with the organizational objectives. It is a futuristic idea because marketing as a concept talks about providing satisfaction to the customer so that the customer remains loyal to the business and to the product, and thereby what is aimed at is a sustainable growth for the business. So marketing idea or strategic marketing talks about maintaining the customer base in the future for the organization. And hence, this concept is futuristic. It talks about identifying the response market or the target market for every product. For example, when Maggie was introduced, it was introduced as a product for children. So in the promotions also, they used to show two kids coming and telling their mother, "Mummy, bhook lagi hai." But eventually, what happened was the company realized that if they are going to identify only kids as their target customers, probably they will not be able to expand their market base. So eventually, they try to sell Maggie to other customers, and the latest promotions now show that adults, elders, elderly people in the household, all of them prefer Maggie when they are hungry. Similarly, Cadbury chocolates, when they were introduced, the tagline used to be Cadbury chocolates, a gift for someone you love. So that it was more of a chocolate which people would perhaps purchase for the purpose of giving a gift to somebody. But eventually, they changed their positioning in the market, saying that खाने के बाद कुछ मीठा हो जाए. So the same chocolate, which was only supposed to be given as a gift for others, is now considered as a daily routine to be had after the meals. So here, the target market gets shifted. As a result, the customers are now who are now in contention for the product are widened, are broadened. So here, the marketing mix will also change. When we make a strategy for a different target market, when we identify the different groups of customers who are potentially the market for our products, we have to accordingly change the way in which we position the product, change the way in which it is promoted. So accordingly, the price will also have to be adjusted. So the strategy will determine the combination of the marketing mix that is going to be adopted so as to enhance customer satisfaction. It is also essential when you make a strategy to understand how the competitors behave. In any war-like situation, you all must have observed that the people who are at war try to first understand what is the position of the enemy front. They try to understand where are the enemy soldiers placed, what is their formation, and accordingly the strategy is made to counteract them. Similarly, in marketing, we first try to understand what is the position of the competitors, what are the products they are trying to sell, how are they trying to sell, what is their positioning, what is their pricing, and after doing a thorough analysis of the competitors, then our strategy is made. So marketing initiatives are high-level efforts taken by the organization to meet the marketing goals. Now, this is a long-drawn process. There are many steps involved in strategic marketing planning process. So it starts with the top-level management being very clear about its vision, mission, and the purpose of business. So strategic marketing is definitely a top-down approach. It starts from the clarity which the management will have regarding its business, regarding how management sees or perceives the business 5 years down the line, 1 year down the line. What do they want to achieve? Whether they want to achieve a strong customer base, or they want to expand their market, or they want to have the same customer base, but they want to introduce more products. So it all depends on what goals, what mission the company's directors and the management has regarding the company, regarding the products of the company. So for which what is necessary is an environmental analysis and organizational analysis. Environmental analysis involves doing analysis of both the internal as well as external environment, which affects the business. And organizational analysis talks about analyzing the strength and the weaknesses which the organization has with respect to the competing environment and with respect to the business environment. So when an analysis is made of the business environment, especially the both external and internal environment, the marketing manager gets a clear idea about what are the opportunities available for the organization, what are the forthcoming threats, what can be possibly the strength for the organization, whether the government policies are changing, which are in which whether they are in favor or whether they are adverse for the organization, whether the international environment is such that which is maybe conducive for selling the products abroad. So environmental analysis will include analyzing the political, social, legal environment, as well as trying to understand whether the employees, the laborers in the organization are ready to take up the challenges. So a clear understanding of the external environment and the situation within the organization is necessary if we have to make our strategy. For example, if there is a war-like situation and our soldiers are going to be sent to the war front, it is first necessary to understand who is at war, what is the strength of the enemy, how are the enemy soldiers prepared, what are the weapons they are having in hand. Accordingly, we have to prepare our soldiers with the weapons which probably will match that of the enemy soldiers. We have to position our soldiers so that they counteract with the enemy soldiers at the right time, at the right place. And it is also necessary to ensure that they are replenished, the arms and ammunitions are replenished, men are replenished at the right time. So depending on the analysis made of the environment, of the situation, of the strength of the organization, and its ability to integrate into the business environment, accordingly, goals and objectives will be set for the organization. Marketing goals, marketing strategies can be made for both for the short term as well as the long term. When marketing strategies are made, it starts with setting up objectives. The objectives that are set may differ as per the tenure. Suppose we are looking at a long-term marketing strategy, what positioning the company should adopt. Then the goals may also be for the long term and will be expected to be materialized over a period of time. But if the target is to achieve a certain level of customer base in the next quarter, which is a very short period, then accordingly the marketing objectives will change, and accordingly the marketing objectives will be to increase the customer base or to increase the sales in the next quarter itself. So marketing objectives can be both short term and long term, depending on what is that which the management is intending to do. So for the purpose of achieving the objectives, various options are explored. Now, objectives can be maybe one or two, or not, maybe three, or maybe definitely for a shorter duration, multiple objectives are not set. But when the company talks about has a futuristic vision and talks about a 4-year or 5-year time frame, then the company can have more than multiple objectives. Now, these objectives will also help us to understand what should be the technique that is to be adopted to achieve the objectives. What area of specialization is needed to achieve the objectives. So in the process, the marketing manager will now try to understand what are the various possible alternatives to achieve the objectives. Now, for example, if the MD of the company tells the managers, all the functional managers, that the company needs to increase its profits, and the marketing manager is given the target of increasing the profits of the company by 10%. There are multiple ways in which this can be done. So the various alternatives are profits can be increased by reducing the cost. So marketing manager can propose to reduce administrative cost and other costs which are involved, probably even the packaging cost, so that the product cost can be reduced. Similarly, The second alternative can be to give a lot of discounts to the customers and thereby luring the customers to buy the product. So this can be another alternative. The third alternative can be to increase the promotional expenses, thereby going for a very aggressive marketing campaign and trying to sell more products to the consumers. Now, these are the different alternative strategies. But what will be the best suited strategy at that point of time will depend on a number of factors, will depend on the market situation, it will depend on the competitors, will depend on the product that we are trying to sell and the target customer. And most important of all, it will depend on the time that we are speaking about. So for example, if we are talking about a time when the competitor is yet to come up with a very interesting option, so the marketing manager can now think of going in for aggressive promotion, thereby promotional expenses will definitely increase. But at the same time, since the customers are going to be bombarded with the aggressive marketing, aggressive promotion that is going to be made for the product, obviously they will go for the product. They may choose our product. So what kind of strategy is to be adopted for increasing the profits, whether administrative cost has to be reduced or promotional cost has to be increased or the sales volume has to be increased by giving more discounts is a matter of choice. And that strategy will be chosen, which will be more suited for the organization. It is chosen by either by the top level management after due deliberation or by all the functional managers who will do a lot of brainstorming on thinking what is the best possible strategy for the organization. After making a choice of the strategy, it is also necessary to implement it. Implementing the strategy is putting it into action, and implementing is where we realize what probably are the glitches in putting it into application. So in implementation process, it is observed whatever is designed, whatever is expected to be, and that is what is put into action. And just implementing it doesn't really serve the purpose if we have not evaluated our implementation. The strategy needs to be evaluated at every level, at every stage at which it has been implemented. Suppose the company has decided to reduce the administrative cost and slightly increase the promotional cost, thereby increasing the profits and by increasing the sales, then it is necessary to evaluate whether the cost reduction techniques that are adopted have actually reduced the administrative cost. It is necessary to identify which administrative cost has to be reduced. Similarly, where promotional expenses have to be increased, what kind of promotion needs to be made? Are we going in for celebrity endorsement? Are we going in for the right celebrity? So all these factors need to be evaluated. Suppose there is a celebrity whom we have brought in for endorsing our product, and for whatever reason, the celebrity gets into some controversy. So what is going to happen is our celebrity endorsed promotion may not be effective in the wake of the new controversy which has come up. So evaluation actually helps in understanding whether our strategy that we had adopted is effective and is going to give the results which we expected. The feedback that will be collected can be collected from the retailers, from the wholesalers. It can be collected from the employees. It can also be a numerical data which is based on some observation. So feedback is necessary for us to understand whether the strategy which we have implemented in the entire marketing process, whether it has given us the same result or is it expected to give us the same result. I hope in this video, the steps involved in strategic marketing process along with the strategic marketing concept has been made very clear. Thank you for your attention. In the next video, we will try to cover SWOT analysis.